Hey guys, what is up? Roshi is here, back at you with another deck tech. Today we're taking a look at a Lastlight Judgement deck. I wrote Swaglight Judgement, but yeah, this is a Lastlight Judgement deck, and our goal here is to give ourselves influence of each faction and eventually use Broker to put Lastlight Judgement on top of our deck. We have another few other good options too, so we don't always put Lastlight Judgement on top. Sometimes End of the Story is better. Sometimes you gotta blow away Aegis, so we use Vara. And other times we want to blow up relics or bring our guys back, maybe to use Broker again. So we've got Immortalize, Unmake, Vara, End of Story, and Lastlight Judgement in here. With sometimes Immortalize is the correct option, and that's pretty fun too. Both Immortalize and Unmake also have Decimate, so if you're not quite at the point where you can Lastlight Judgement, sometimes Immortalize is a pretty safe option, or End of the Story if they're playing a lot of creatures and you're losing on the board. But the market aside, probably shouldn't have started with that, but here we are. Anyway, let's take a look at the list. In order to protect ourselves and draw into what we're trying to do, we're playing a lot of stuff to just flip through our deck really fast and bog down the board and block and just gain life and draw cards. So got a lot to that effect. Let's just jump into it. We've got Desert Alchemist, pretty much a staple these days. Helps smooth out some of our draws, it blocks annoying things, and if they don't kill it, it usually trades and then smooths out whatever you've got going on. Sometimes all it does is trade with something, and that's fine too. Or you can use it to end of turn and maybe pressure someone, but solid card. Desert Marshal, potentially we probably should be playing more of this. It's just so versatile. It's good against aggro, it's good against mid-range. One thing to look out for though is there's a lot of upsat flying around on the meta. So with our ambush guys against time decks that have the power to play upsat, I would definitely just play it on your turn. I've been doing that recently. This guy's just fine as a 2-2 that silences. You don't always have to get max ambush value if it means not getting blown out by upset. So keep that in mind, but this guy's just so versatile. We can rip him off Grazer too, which is great. Next up, we've got Eloz's Elite. We're playing a lot of Decimate. Most of it's primarily lands, but we're also playing Reap. So, and the stuff in our Void. So he lets us Decimate without hurting our power too much, especially when we're playing like the lands and stuff. We want to get to 6 power typically. That's kind of our cap. But any more than that's fine too, and he'll help you get there. And also, being a 1/4 is super relevant stats. That blocks everything. It'll block Milos. It blocks Black Hall. It blocks a lot of stuff from Stone Scar, so they have to double up or kill it to get through. And since it's just a 2-drop, that's a pretty good value trade for us, or at least 1-for-1. Anyway, next up, Evenhanded Golem. If you haven't noticed, we're a Golem deck. We're only playing even cost cards. There are a few Decimate cards we lose access to, but I found that just the raw card draw of Evenhanded Golem just, you know, there's more than enough cards in Throne right now that we can get away with running him, and it works particularly well with Broker. Next up, we've got Temple Scribe. This is basically a mini Evenhanded Golem, but it does gain us a life, which is relevant, and it'll just block for days and trade. Pretty solid. Diana, might be noticing a theme here, but a lot of our creatures can enter, block, and gain us life, and draw us a card, which is pretty nice for stabilizing and helps us rip through our deck. Being a 2/4 is no slouch, and it blocks flyers too. Not often we're ever able to get to the ultimate in this deck. It's just not built for it, but it can happen, and when it does, combined with Reap and Memento, it's going to be thicker than any other deck, so keep that in mind. Next up, we've got Gentle Grazer. I mentioned this before, but this lets us double up on all our 2-drops. We're only playing 2 because sometimes you just flip Reap, and we have definitely the low roll in that regard. But if you're ever in combat and you flip a Desert Marshal or you flip an Alchemist, it's just a huge swing. Or even a Golem or a Scribe's fine too. Beseech the Throne and Eloz's Elite are kind of medium, but we have some really high rolls and some really low rolls in Reap with this card, so that's why we're only playing 2. Wasteland Broker, already mentioned it. This just gives us access to our powerful market tools and multiples, which can be really fun. Being able to play Lastlight Judgement 4 times can be super relevant because sometimes you don't always draw power after the Lastlight Judgement, and your opponent does. So if you kind of lose the top deck war, you just play another Lastlight Judgement, thanks to him putting 4 on top. And it also doubles as, it's a 4/5, so in the past we'd play Lastlight Judgement in our main deck, and it would just bog down our draws. Also, you're not able to play Evenhanded Golem and Lastlight Judgement, because unless you're on... if you're on... after you decimate once, you can draw with Golem, and then after you decimate twice after that, you can decimate, or you can have it in your main deck. But that's too hard to pull off, and it adds a level of inconsistency to the deck. So having it in the market's a super safe option. Shout out to Barry for this card. And Severin, we were before we added Severin, we were already playing Reap and Memento, and it just made sense to add Severin here. It's one of the best ways to close out a game, and since we're already playing for Reap, why not? Like, Lastlight Judgement, all decks typically all play for Reap anyway, so Severin's just the best possible card to combo with it. And he also doubles as a really solid win con too, being able to gain us a huge burst of like 15 life in one turn, assuming a good Reap, or 21 life, assuming a Reap and a Dole land. That's a huge swing, and it lets us Lastlight Judgement with confidence that hopefully we'll be able to survive until our griefs start piling back into play. Bonus points if you give Severin Revenge with Touch of Resilience. Next up, we've got Memento and Reap. These both kind of do the same thing. They fix out our power, with Memento having the upside of being able to ramp us, while being kind of hard to combo with Severin. If you play your Severin first and he doesn't die though, feel free to play your Memento and get even more value out of him. Next up, we've got Beseech the Throne. We just needed more fixing. We're playing a very justice-heavy 3-color deck that wants, you know, we want 3-time 2 Shadow and 4 Justice, plus 1 of each Keller. So Beseech the Throne helps us smooth that out, and the fact that it replaces itself in the process is nice too. And you can also just yeet away a land if you're kind of flooding. Next up, we've got Devour. Half the cards in our deck either turn into treasures if we want them to, or draw us cards. And Devour follows the theme. We've got a ton of chump blockers, so being able to just chump block something thick and devour it just goes a long way towards hitting our market cards, flipping into Broker, or guaranteeing on 6 we have Severin and Reap. So a solid card. I kind of mentioned Touch of Resilience, but with all of our weenies and also playing Devour, being able to give a chump blocker Revenge and then give something super strong in our hand, like a Severin or a Broker or a Grazer, or even another spell, giving that Revenge can be huge because that sets us up for Lastlight Judgement. We're only playing 2 because sometimes it's dead or you don't have time to do it, but when you do, it'll pay off for you if you don't die before your Revenge starts flipping around. For the power base, we're looking at 3 Emblem of Grodov, 4 Emblem of Kodosh, because Justice is our primary faction, and then that's kind of it for the Decimate. Since we're a 3-faction deck at its base, it's kind of rough. There's a potential that we could be playing, should probably be playing a few more Decimate cards, but I prefer to play some of the symbols for consistency. This Keller scheme gives us access to 2 Silexes, which is huge. So having these 2 Silexes means that late game we're going to be, once again, just turning our power into treasure draws. And with the help of Reap and Memento, it's actually really easy to play our like multi-faction stuff cards. And it also doubles up as enabling all of our Silexes, because by the time you play a Memento or a Reap with Eloz, there's a good chance that all your Silexes from that point on are going to come into play untapped and give you a treasure. But anyway, guys, this is the list. I hope you enjoy the games. I played these games live on my Twitch. You can find a link for that down below. And if you want to talk about any spicy brews, check out my Discord down in the description. Enjoy, guys. This is fine. Any hand with Golem. Alrighty. I'm starting to see some problems. I don't know about you guys. We'll play Golem. We'll let him carry us out of our mistakes.
I'll track it down.
This card... I guess we're not going to be playing Lastlight Judgement this game. It's a shame it doesn't tick off get rid of the Aegis when you kill this. I suppose that would make this card way worse. Our army of golems carrying us in our crappy mana base.
Stand back.
Let's see what happens. Oh. Spicy. Not as bad as it could have been, though.
A potion for any occasion.
I do remember, though, maybe we don't have to adjust the mana base, because we are playing Reap and Memento Mori. We just, like, didn't get any. Maybe I should tweak the mana base a tad to guarantee, though, that we don't get trolled like we did this game.
It's written right here.
Maybe I should have played Golem just in case a turn to seed came down. Yeah, I probably should have. That might have been what he just grabbed. I'm thinking I might also cut Worthy Cause. Or, I don't know, maybe Vara. Just something to give us a way to crash through Aegis. Severin's gonna be pretty good for us here. This deck just gains so much life. Oh no.
My gifts live on.
Bay is dead. Long live Bay.
You choose this fate.
Alright boys, who's ready to get spicy?
Always been. It's all your fault. It's all your fault.
Spicy. Spicy. We are griefing our opponent. Good grief. Join them. Join them. Come on, join them. Don't stop joining them. Keep it coming. I guess that's about as much joining as we'll get. Easiest decision of my life. Alright, this hand is garbage. But do we keep it? Yep. If we draw even one sigil, we pop off. Especially if it's a shadow sigil. Easy. No fear. There's no room for fear in my chat. Alright.
We seek that which was lost.
Easy dub. We're playing some thick Xenon opponents this game. Look at these top decks, guys. Like, I couldn't script this better if I tried. Straight up. We're playing against strangers. I'm no stranger to a stranger deck. Who's ready for memes? Your boy is. On lands.
It's written right here.
We'll save this Reap for Severin. We have to be careful we don't go too ham with Revenge, though. I have a feeling he's just gonna start playing this bastard.
We hunt and thrive. We lurk in shadow.
So we'll probably hold off on devouring this. If he doesn't play a creature here, though, we get to, Wang. Let's draw our two. I just want to see what I'm working with before I do anything else. And I think it is correct to try and blow off this site. I do think his blocks are incorrect, but I'm not going to complain too much. Oh, Takens. Thank you so much. Icons. Oticons. And, we have options here, but I kind of want to see if he attacks. And, like, the 7 our hand ain't going anywhere.
Our magic is unbroken.
Plus, we want to play Eloz as elite before we go for it. Alright, let's see. At the very least, we can try and deplete his spot removal here. But, if we're lucky, we'll just full send this. Now I can cast Diana too. Yeah, Sword of Bleeding is spot removal. Calculated. Let's go for the meme. And we'll play nothing. We do want to cast Sev before we do anything, but we have to be careful.
You shall witness true power.
On the bright side, he's just gonna draw Lastlight Judgments. Killer coming in. We'll hit the Devour. Hopefully we can hit a Judgment here. Hog Champ. So now we have a decision, chat. Do we play Severin? And then go for this next turn? Or do we just do it now? I think it's an easy decision. If we had one more Decimate, we'd be able to just go now, but or go later. And we actually don't want to draw any more cards that turn because we don't want to troll our deck too bad, and everything was just getting discarded anyway.
We lurk in shadow.
We have a Cleric shuffling around too. We'll be hitting that in the next turn or so. Nice to have this in our pocket. Kill everything.
It's written right here.
Easy draw there. How many judgments are left? One. Flams Kepi, thank you for the follow. That's 100% how you pronounce that. Alright. Draw a power, not draw our Lastlight Judgement. Easy. Our opponent is a champ of drawing lands every turn. Oh, there we go. I spoke too soon. Our deck with like 3 billion draw spells should be able to come out on top here.
Stand back. Time quickens.
Choose a path.
I don't think we go for the meme. Also, guys, if you want to see something funny that happened this game, did you see how we were able to draw 2 off the Golem? It's because even though we put Lastlight Judgement in our deck, we drew all of them, so we're still able to draw off our Golem. Kind of funny. Wasn't sure if anyone noticed that, but I did. Alright, do we want to broker something else? I guess. We go for the Stanley Steamer's big old memer. Nictotraxian. That's one attractive boy. Maybe he'll shuffle our void. Oh my god, he did it. Oh, we don't have to worry about decking. And I think all our even-hand golems are still sitting there. Well, let's gain our life.
It's written right here.
Hit A. And let's say, see ya, nerd. GG's. Okay, Nictotraxian was pretty bad there. As hilarious as that is, we need something that just gains us life. I'm thinking, timepiece? Or can we go deeper? By the time we want whatever this card is, it's for like a post Lastlight Judgement world. We do have plenty of stuff that gains us life, though. Maybe it's not as important. I suppose there's always Silverblade Menace. Let's play Vara. That way we have a way to pop Aegis. Just like a good solid threat. She thick, she protect, she attack, most importantly, she a snack. Alright, we keep these. We've got turn 2 Evenhanded Golem. Doesn't get any better than that. I see we're playing this game. The click the bell after every turn game. I think we go for the hard Devour. Well, it's not that hard, but get the idea.
One shot, one kill.
Oh. This is dumb. I'm actually gonna wait. Because if we kill it, this untaps. We can just troll him. And like, and I just wasted his turn. I don't think I'm ready to play Broker yet. I think the only thing I would grab is Vara. We played our land though, so let's go for Eloz's Elite.
We seek that.
And we'll try and get a Justice Sigil next turn. I suppose we'll get rid of Macto. He's probably playing like Silence and Turn to Seed and stuff too. Macto's super good if we ever get to that point, but if we've got double Severin in hand, I have a feeling it's not going to matter. Killer and Overwhelm, huh?
Stand back.
Oh. Now we just need a Reap. Diana will buy us some time though. Princess Diana. Suppose she's more of a mage. I guess he's roping us. After roping us, he proceeds to splam the button. Interesting.
I bring a boon.
Well, I can't complain about that.
Never stop, never break. It's written right here.
Stand back.
This is where Touch of Resilience gets super stupid.
I bring a boon.
We have to play this first so we can play Sev next turn. See what he goes for here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get her ticking around.
Live on.
Know
Kinda glad we drew this. Now we can... Oh, do we even have a 2-drop to play? We don't. I suppose we can play the treasure.
The shadow has always been.
I think we do it.
It's all your fault.
And if we A space, do we kill it? Suppose we're gonna have enough life that it doesn't matter. Wanna main. Wanaman. Wanamanan. Coming in with a thick follow. Hopefully you are well.
Live on.
Well, hopefully we don't hit a grief here, but not a big deal if we do. One thing I didn't think of we probably should have played around is maybe I keep Diana back in the future in these situations. Because he's playing this piece of shit, and he could have given this Berserk and just killed us. Which looks like it might happen. Alright.
The shadow has always been.
See how he feels about this.
It's all your fault.
Well, that's always a sad day, you know? What's up, Barry? Sorry to say that your card is just sitting in my hand, but hopefully I'll get it into play soon. Yeah, throne room's super rough. Sure.
It's all your fault.
We seek that which was lost.
Nice to hear, Barry. That's right, it's morning where you're at. We're looking at, looking down the barrel of midnight down here in the Pittsburgh. We are playing Lastlight Judgement. Thanks to your card. Thanks to your card, we can put 4 of them on top of our deck and still play Golem. So it's fun as hell. We're at so much life that he can't even combo us. And there's... yeah. Cool. Hippity pup, pipity poop, coming in with a followy floop. Yeah, we'll just pretend I didn't try and do that. You guys didn't hear that. It's okay. Satan coming on with like, did you just say Pittsburgh? Yeah, I'm from the Burgh. Yin's guys having fun in that. Going downtown to see them Steelers. I'll stop talking like that because one person's gonna laugh. Any of my friends will laugh. The rest of you are just like, the hell is this guy saying? We had Nikto in. I cut him. He was pretty bad. By the time we were playing him, just other stuff was better. So we're trying out Vara instead in his slot, just to deal with Aegis, in case we want to Lastlight Judgement or like Wrath. It's kind of awkward though, because that implies a board where we've played Broker twice. I suppose we just go for turn 4 Diana here, right?
Stone Scar isn't a place for the weak.
Is that... Is the person I'm playing named Nick?
Stand back.
We need our petition to grab Shadow. I want everything else.
I bring a
Are you talking about the dragon? Oh, I'm dumb. I did the math in my head. And, I did it a little too slowly. Yeah, we'll just take that. Take it to the bank. Shadow symbol is going to be nice and spicy for guaranteeing turn 6 Sev here. This will be nice. Since we drew this, I'm not going to try and petition for greed. Let's just play Broker. And... I guess we go for the board wipe. Kinda arbitrary. Everything's pretty good here.
my gift.
Now that I think about it, maybe Immortalize was correct, but... whatever. We want a Silex here. Pick up the new Honda Silex. Draw card. Hopefully we rip something thick. That counts. If we can rip a Reap here, that would be pretty dope.
End of the road, friend.
Unfortunately, I don't think we play Devour here. Well, not unfortunately, but we don't play Devour there.
It's all your fault.
Now we hope for life. Wait. Oh. That doesn't do what I wanted to do. Hey Barry, have a good night.
It's
Well,
written
have a good
right
afternoon.
here. It's written right here.
Guys, are we the best? So we are currently undefeated with Lastlight Judgement on the ladder. This seems fine. Go for that golem. This will make our lands enter untapped. We'll keep Broker. Oh. If we had had 8 power, maybe Macto could have saved us. We have to keep in mind that there's a few decks that just straight don't have an answer to Macto. Which is funny. We didn't have 8 power though, because we weren't drawing lands. But maybe there's a world where we draw lands and kill people with Macto. Let's just keep drawing cards here.
It's written right here.
I don't know what he's doing, so I don't want to use my Broker yet. I suppose he's playing relics. Let's start with Unmake. Easy. Clap.
I bring a boon.
Nice. Lastlight Judgment's gonna go to 9. Well, we might wait a turn. For reasons.
Retribution.
Let's hope for a land here. That's perfect.
Which was lost.
Draw another card because we might have a board wipe coming. If he's playing relics, though, he's going to be exceptionally annoyed by our Broker choice.
My verdict is...
We have a few more of these coming. I'd rather be hyper aggressive here.
The shadow has always been.
Wonder if maybe we don't just cut Magto and play stuff to keep us alive. I've yet to have 8 power. Maybe just like add 2 land.
This ends now.
Join them.
Choose a path.
Go ahead and snag that judgment. See what happens.
Stand back.
Join them.
Chat, who's ready? Are you ready, chat? I can hear you.
will pay for your crimes.
I suppose we can keep this. It's a little slow, but whatever. Weird to have a hand without any 2-drops in it.
Choose a path.
I think we go for a judgment here.
I bring a boon.
They might be devouring our guy. Yep. I suppose we probably don't want to control our market too much.
Choose a path.
We'll just play him and like send it back.
Retribution.
Rodon's earth will not yield to you.
The shadow has always been.
We should have shuffled Immortalize in.
Think you can escape me?
Retribution.
Back here. We'll hopefully get to block.
And always will be.
Stand back. Stand back.
Retribution.
I feel a little better now that Ixtal's off the board.
The shadow has always been. It's all your fault. It's all your fault.
I don't know if he just killed him there.
Think you can escape me?
Stand back.
Oh. I guess this is fine. It's a little slow, but we have 2 of each power. Yeah, Severin's nutty.
Glory in battle.
Amusingly though, I think if he had held back his Ixtal and just sat there, we would have lost. I kind of take that game with a grain of salt. Or maybe more than just a grain.
Step aside.
How great would it have been if he played a 2-drop instead?
Bootlicker.
Oh, we're already basically dead.
seek that which was lost.
Shout out to this card, hard countering Golem for no reason at all. Like, as if aggro needed more help against Golem decks. Ball.
Bootlicker!
Well.
Dara. Lily.
About to find out if this is a game we could win or not. I think the answer is no. Now that I think about it, we don't have a single answer to Milos in our deck.
Bootlicker!
I don't know what I do about that. Maybe we play Desert Marshal?
The shadow has always been. It's all your fault.
Like, why does this need to have like 10 lines of text? I don't think it needs that many lines of text.
Halt!
All right,
Will be.
this is our chance.
I bring a boon.
Here we go.
My gifts live on.
Join them.
One more. Ha ha! Easy. Never a doubt. What the heck? I don't know. I love this interaction. Like, this hand would probably be trash, but we have a symbol. And now just like both of our Silexes enter untapped.
Never stop. Never break.
Maybe we can Eloz this elite next turn? Or not. I suppose we save Reap for Sev since we drew 2 lands. Princess Diana's not coming down soon, but we have a billion other plays. Well, not a billion, but we have enough other plays. I don't know that we need to kill this right away. I think I want to just jam Memento. Maybe not. That's a lot of aggression.
No escape.
Temple Scribe's perfect here.
It's written right here.
Ultimate troll to this hammer. I think the old troll used to be just like play Nightfall, but Temple Scribe's just as good. Alright.
Stand back.
We have a lot of power, but kinda won all of it.
No escape. Justice.
Dark Return. Wouldn't it be cool if that triggered Renown?
Bound by our own.
Oh.
Never stop. Never break.
I guess by killing it, we played right into his hands. I've played Paladin decks before, and usually they don't do that, so I don't feel too bad. I don't usually see a ton of Dark Returns. I guess we keep this just because. Like, now we can play one just... If we ever play Eloz as elite, we can pass them with no downside. We have a ton of cards. A lot of our cards draw us cards.
No escape.
As long as Savetgeta doesn't come down too fast, pretty sure we can stabilize here. Yeah, his hand's empty. We're just gonna draw cards and draw cards and draw more cards. Draw some more.
It's written right here.
Yeah, let's just make his hammer bad. Plus he'll probably try and play around ambush. Maybe not. We'll see. We still get to make full use of our power though. I don't want to have to discard.
We seek that.
I think we rip a few of these. We'll save one for Sev. Against this deck, we likely won't need more than one.
I bring a boon.
And we'll save Marshal or Alchemist to block.
Halt.
Suppose Diana's a good alternate win con for our deck. Holy crap, we have so much influence. We have a hilarious amount of influence.
Live on.
Stand back.
No escape. I will have justice.
There's the broker.
Choose a path.
I don't even know if going for Lastlight is correct, but I think if we play it, we just win.
I bring a boon.
Oh, he's at 48. Oh well. We'll just keep drawing cards. Hopefully we hit Sev.
Live on.
Choose a path.
We can start cranking his life total a little bit.
I bring a boon.
Maybe we just try and kill him with Daria.
Run, cowards.
Especially if he's gonna have Macto. Imagine Lastlight Judgement doesn't stack up against Macto too hot. Alright, we play this first.
Seek that which was lost.
I bring a boon.
Let's gain our life while we can. Let's send it back. Jump block for days.
Never stop, never break. A fine battle.
I bring a boon.
Dara. Lily.
Oh, exalted on a thick ass Diana is probably hilarious.
No escape. Sharpen those horns.
Yeah, we still do this.
Justice will be swift.
Force a block here.
Retribution.
Finally draw Severin.
No escape. I will have justice. those horns.
Justice will be swift. Retribution. Retribution.
Oh,
There is no escape.
this took forever. Got there. At least I'm assuming we got there. Ah ha ha.
Words, you cannot hide.
Oh.
The shadow has always been.
I guess we do the maneuver here. Whip out my shooter and do the maneuver.
Retribution. Retribution.